Someone sent me a DM the other day, yeah? And I was reading a DM and the conversation was about, he was asking me, how much does logic play in being in a relationship? And essentially where he was going with it was, yeah, that like, how does he differentiate from having a friend who's a girl, yeah, that is like, he's just his brethren, yeah. However, he's been thinking to himself, like, there's a lot of things about this girl that I would like in a woman.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
However, like, she's my friend. So at what point can you differentiate whether this person is supposed to be your lifelong partner or whether you wait for... Shall I see if I can read the message? We got into a real interesting conversation. Let me see if I can find it.
See, I'm really... So on the podcast, we get so many dilemmas about like, oh, I think I fancy my male best friend, or I fancy my best friend, or whatever. And I'm really like, I think people shouldn't call people they would consider in a relationship their friend.
Okay.
Because that's when you start saying, oh, platonic friendships are not a thing. Well, they are a thing, but you instantly wanted to be with this person, but you settled for friendship.
He's actually just messaged me now. That's mad.
Ears are burning. Do you know what I mean?
He said, okay, let me just get to this part.
Sure I follow.
He
You
said,
can't be friends with someone you want to sleep with.
no, you can't.
No, I agree.
Well,
Oh, is that fundamentally what you're saying?
yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
No, because as soon as they put it on you, you're sleeping with them.
No, that's you just
No.
changed it.
I think
Wait,
that's
let
different.
me get to this. You just changed it
Go on.
because I could sleep with you. That doesn't mean, and we could be friends.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean I'm going to put it on you.
Yeah, but if they were ever in a place where they put it on you, you're having it.
What if they put it on
Yeah.
me? Potentially. But okay, let me tell you this then, yeah? There's a girl who I wouldn't say is my close friend.
Yeah.
But we're friends.
Yeah.
And like, so she talks to me about guys, I talk to her about girls, whatever it was, yeah. Then one time, years ago, she rang me drunk.
Right.
And she was like, I'm coming to your yard.
Okay.
I'm coming to your house
Okay.
tonight. Are you at home?
Right.
Then I'm like, yeah, I'm at home. And I'm thinking, like, because I would. But I'm like, you know what? Tell me this when you're sober.
It doesn't mean she doesn't mean it. It's just she's just braver when she's drunk.
Yeah, but the point I'm saying to you is, you're saying if she put it on me, that I would take it.
Yeah.
But I didn't, because
Did she
in
come
that
to your
moment,
house?
no, of course she was. There was no way I was gonna make her come to my house, like as her being my brethren, or me thinking that we're friends.
Yeah.
That like she was gonna come to my yard in that state. Not, she wasn't in a super state. She was just tipsy.
Yeah.
And that I was gonna do that then, because maybe she would have woken up that next day and felt like, yeah, do you know what? I do find you attractive, but the drink.
Yeah.
It pushed that over the line, and I wouldn't want to do that. So essentially, the point, and it's never happened ever since then. So really, I could have said to myself, "You were drunk. That was clearly in your head somewhere, and I could have orchestrated something for that to happen." But I didn't do that because I thought, now we're brethren, and that was whatever it was, and it is where it is. So that just nips that in the bud.
But she still has that feeling there for you, because it wasn't like you guys got drunk together and she put it on you. She called you.
Yeah. She's never called me since, though.
Because you rejected her.
Yeah, maybe.
That's probably what it is.
Yeah, so but
you rejected her.
But that goes to what you were saying. If she puts it, if a girl was to put it on me, if we're friends and a girl was to put it on me, I'm going to take it. I didn't.
Right, okay.
Yeah, because you're assuming that we would.
Yeah.
If you found her attractive, I would assume you would.
She's super attractive.
Right, okay.
But like, it's just not even. It's just not. It's not that. Like, if it happened, it happened. But like, it would still be a bit weird though, because she's attractive. But it's like, maybe it's because years have gone by now since that moment. Like, and in that time, there's been loads of things that have happened in terms of like both of our lives and relationships and
if you got
whatnot. So our
close
friendship,
friends.
yeah. So
Okay.
that might be what it is. But however, like at one point, it was that. It could have been that. And I could have orchestrated a situation to make something happen, but really I just didn't do that. I just thought, no.
Right, okay. So this guy.
But anyway, yeah. So he messaged me and he said, he goes, genuine question I have regarding friendship/relationships. I want to quickly roll past you. What are your thoughts on trying to distinguish between a girl mate who is a lifelong best friend and a girl mate who could potentially be wifey. I seem to find that both have similar qualities because I want my partner to be my lifelong best friend. So now that I have a lifelong best friend, how do I distinguish between keeping this or considering the notion of potentially progressing into it being a new thing? Yeah. So then we talked about that a little bit, and I was like, I said to him that I felt like if you've got a friend, that you're looking at and you're saying, okay, cool. You don't have that feeling where you're saying that you like them, but you're looking at them as in like, oh, okay, they've got these qualities or whatever. Then really the only way that you can see whether this can develop into something is really time, because like it seems like there's one thing that is missing that I think is important. So there's like people that I could look at and I could say from a logical aspect, you are cool, you're fun. Do you know what I mean? Like you've got a good job. Like some of the things that we do would marry really well together. However, there's that special little thing that you have when you meet someone, when you like them, that if that isn't there, then that doesn't keep your relationship solid. You're essentially doing it because it's easy, which I feel like a lot of people generations before us did. It was just kind of like, oh yeah, like logically it just makes sense, so we'll just do it or whatnot. But I think within time, if you are still friends or whatever it may be, there might be certain scenarios that might bring you closer together. But I think for him, he's thinking, do I just wait to see if nature runs its course, or do I actually ask the question now so that I don't?
But sometimes nature will never run its course, because she's on the assumption we're just friends. And sometimes you actually need to have the conversation, or you'll both just assume, okay, what is the thing? You've got a girl best friend, right? She's sick, she's amazing, you like cool, funny, everything. What is the thing that's missing that wouldn't make her a girlfriend or wifey?
I've got a friend who's like a girl who's super close to me. But like, what is it? I think is her personality, how she works with men and how she is in relationships is no way. It just, we're so incompatible in that sense. Okay. Like there's no, I say this with love, but I couldn't think of anything bad to happen if you get what I'm saying. It just would not work. But in terms of like friendship and that, we can chat about anything, and like we're just super cool. Like she's been through a lot, I've been through a lot, and like we've just been there for each other or whatever it is. But you know, sometimes she'll talk to me about, and I'm like, but did you have to say that? Did you have to do, like, why do you keep, like, why, the reason why this keeps happening is because you keep, and the reason why, so we're having loads of them. So and the reason why I'm so passionate with her sometimes when it comes to things that she's doing with men and that is because I know how I would react. So I'm like, she did that, if you did that, like, I'm telling you, this would be bad for you because I know what I would say or I know what I would do. So for me, just in that context, there's no way that could happen. But then I guess that there's like maybe other friends that are girls that I've never thought of like that, like something miraculously mad could happen, but I doubt it very much.
I'm glad you said that, because I think people are different as they are as friends and they are as relationships. I've got male friends who I'm like, this person's sick, like I really get on with them, and if you speak to their exes or their girlfriends, they sound like absolute bastards. And I'm like, how? Like sometimes I'm like, are you lying to me? Like what version are you giving me of you that this girl can say these things about you? And I'm like, no, I can't believe he did that. He wouldn't do that, because I'm thinking about him as a friend. He would never do that to me. Like he's, as a friend, has never let me down. But then as soon as he gets into a relationship, he just moves mad with girls. Yeah,
that's true. I hear that still.
Do you know what I mean? So I think that's the thing. I think people are like, oh, this person's a sick friend, they'll be a good girlfriend. They won't be. They might not be, because as a girlfriend, they might be completely different.
Yeah, it's true. It's, again, like, as well, logic, though. Because I do feel that there's like an element of logic that does play in relationships, whether you're aware of it or not. So, like, even in the plain, simple terms, it's like you could meet somebody here, get on really well, and they might live in Australia. And then you have to logically think to yourself, is this going to work? Is it going to work? Can I do that? But I think that, like, it just depends on, I don't know. It's weird. I've never really thought about the logical aspect of a relationship. I think maybe I've just done it, innit?
Because we romanticize relationships, and it's all about passion and how you feel when, like, oh, my feelings, or I get butterflies, I get this. Like, logic doesn't come to play that often, and I think it should come to play more often than it does.
Yeah, I think that it probably plays a bigger role in my life than I've thought about, but I always still feel like there has to be that special little something in it.
That's what goes back to that conversation we had earlier. If you're marrying someone that's logical, it's good for you. And there's some, your love of your life still comes to that person, that you still have that. There's just something else that you had with them.
Yeah, but you have to, it could be, like, you could say to yourself, you know what? Yeah, I want to be in this relationship with this person because it's just easy. It just works, innit? But if you don't have that special thing.
It's a myth.
Yeah, then it's like,
but then are we going about relationships the wrong way?
Should
logic be good enough?
Should logic be
enough?
Logic isn't enough. No, wait.
But should it? Because we know love isn't enough. So
no,
should
wait.
logic be enough?
I didn't say that right. Logic, I think, should be more than it is.
What should it be enough? Should it be this person's good for me?
It's balance, though. It's about balance, isn't it? You got to have the right amount of logic and the right amount of love. But also, not even necessarily the right amount of love. You just have to have that special little something, because you can build on that. If you don't have it, then you can't build on it.
But is that the problem? Are we consistently... I mean, I believe in you. I side what you're saying. But I'm like, are we consistently looking for that special little something that we're missing out on things that could be sick because we don't get that? Because none of us can call... We don't have a name for it.
Well, the problem is
it's
that
a feeling.
Some people are not looking for the special little something. They're looking for the special big something. That's the difference, I think. So it's like, that special little something comes, but it's not enough. It's got to be bigger. And like, so now in the society that we're in, just with everything, everyone's always looking for something bigger or looking for something more. That's the issue. That's a cancer.
Do you think that's in relationships?
Yes. Definitely.
Because I think what I'm always looking for is just there's just that something. Because you can meet someone that's right on paper, everything, but there's just not that.
The paper is the logic.
Yeah.
So the paper is the logic, but then the emotion, you can't write the emotion down on paper. That's just a feeling.
But then does that feeling last forever?
Does it
that's
last
when
forever?
You get to, like, I just don't love him anymore.
Well, yeah, that's like, don't you think relationships are like an investment? So your investment could pay off, but it just means that sometimes it might not, innit? And you could be in a relationship with someone and love each other to bits, but like, yeah, things change, innit? Like, imagine every 8 years, your mindset and just things in your life is going to change anyway. Yeah. So you, in a relationship, need to just try to hope that you can build together. And when you have these changes, you can have conversations about it and try to, maybe meet each other in the middle or whatever it may be. But there is always the risk that we might actually grow apart. Like, we might just want different things in life. We might just... all the excitement and stuff is gone and no one's looking to do anything about it. And it's like, I spoke to someone recently who's kind of in a situation where they've been with someone for a really long time and they're still in it. They're still in this relationship with this person, and they've grown apart. But because they know each other and they've just been together for a long time and there's, kids involved and whatnot, you just end up finding yourself in a position where you just stay. And
relationships
do you stay hoping that it's gonna turn around, or do you just listen to everything and say, you know what, I need to?
It's insane. Because another show on Netflix, Back with My Ex, which is on Netflix as well. It's like a reality TV show where people break up after years and they try to see if they can make it work again. Yeah. So this couple, they're talking and they're like, "You make me so unhappy." The girl says it, the guy says it as well. Like, "I don't like who I am around you. You make me really unhappy." Wow. But they still stay together. Does that make any sense to anyone?
No. But I understand that it's hard. Like, the hardest thing is, again, it's like an investment. And I say this actually in the context of managing someone. So I know it's a bit different, but like, go with me here, yeah? If you manage someone, you put your time and your effort into it, yeah? Right? And then sometimes it gets to a point where it's like, this isn't even working. But you spent so much time and you've made so much sacrifices to even make this work, that it's actually hard to just turn around and say, do you know what? This ain't working. I'm out. It's just because of all of the time. That's all it is. But really, it probably could be the best thing you ever did.
To leave it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It could be the best thing you ever did. And you know why it could be the best thing you ever did? Because you actually could be together again after that and end up having the sickest.
It scares me, I'll be honest. Like, love relationships and all that scare me. I think it's mad.
I've kind of said to myself,
insane. It scares the shit out of me. Like, you're expecting two whole ass people, different backgrounds, brought up differently, have different views, to somehow synchronize in life. Something they've never practiced or rehearsed before.
Yeah.
Compromise is a big element to that, to be fair.
Yeah, but compromise is never
going to be perfect.
It's never,
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying
it's like everything
and
is put into
loses.
a pot. Everything is put into a pot. And like, you just have to hope that all of the ingredients that you put in make good food.
It is scary, to be fair.
Yeah, and someone's always going to lose when you compromise. Someone's always not going to have their way.
Yeah, but that's not always it depends though. That's again.
Yeah,
that's
but
context.
then it builds resentment.
But that's context. It just depends on what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because so let's say we were like we are together. For example, you want to live in London. I've always had a dream of having a farm out there somewhere. I've never wanted to live in London. I wanted to have a farm, have my kids or whatever.
That sounds like a deal breaker situation where if one of you compromises, it is going to fuck the relationship.
But more often than not, someone else compromises because they don't want to lose that person. I love you to bits. So they don't want to not be with you. But you're like, all your work is in London. Let's say you make more money than me, so therefore we have to go where your work is.
That's a big one and that's quite common as well.
Yeah, so now I'm living in London. I've never wanted to do this. For you, it's small because like, what's wrong with London? We've got a nice house. We've got our kids are here. What's the matter? But I'm like, no, this farm ideal was always an ideal for me. So when you compromise, and I know it's important. I'm not saying you obviously, but someone's going to lose.
Yeah. I reckon it depends on the type of person that you're with as well. Because you could we could have a conversation about how you can still have this farm. Yeah, you might not be there every day.
Yeah.
You might not be there every day. And you know what? You might need someone to go and milk that cow for you. But we can figure it out. Do you know what? Yeah, if I'm a breadwinner, if I'm in a relationship here and I'm a proper... Fuck the breadwinner thing. Just in a relationship now and like where I've just through my own experiences or whatever, I'm quite conscious of the fact that I'm in a career and I'm in something that I really like. Yeah. And... now there are things that are starting to pay off for me and stuff like that. And it's like from the outside looking in as well, it looks super lit and it's hard. It's not as lit as everyone thinks it is. Yeah. But I'm very conscious of the fact that if I met a woman who wasn't so much in her thing that she was passionate about, that like it would be important for me to try to encourage her to empower her to do something that that she has an interest in, even if it means that she's got to keep her job or whatever it may be. But like, you know, I want her to be able to have her thing that she feels excited about. Yeah. Because if I'm just the one that's just here doing it all and it's all about me, that wouldn't make me feel good.
Yeah, of course.
But again, I guess that's like, I wouldn't say that's compromise. It's not compromising, is it? It's just like, it's conversation, isn't it? But I don't know. I wanted to carry on reading a message, by the way, because we were sending some voice notes and shit. And then the last thing he said to me was, I suppose the big $1 million question is, no, wait, hold on one second. Is this it? Because I suppose the big $1 million question would be, given all of this, how would one know whether to date or wait in regards to a potential viable person who is extremely close? But oh wait, hold on one second. Why is this not coming up? Wait, let me just come out of it and come back in. Hold on one second. I don't know, this date or wait thing. Do you know what it sounds like to me? Yeah, that he's got a friend that he's close with, and he's starting to look at her.
Like, wow, this could be a good wife.
What is wrong with my
good partner?
Instagram? I'll try and come back into it in a second.
So he's got a mate.
Yeah, it seems like he's got a mate that he's like super close with, and he's trying to work out, like, you've got all of these qualities and shit. What do I do? Yeah. Because these are the qualities that I look for in a woman, innit?
Do you know what, right? I'm very pro being open. Like, there's not a man that I fancied in my life that doesn't know how I feel about him. or hasn't known how I felt about him. So I would say have the conversation, but go in there knowing that if she's like, absolutely not, what the hell, you're gonna have to be okay with that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like throwing it all on the table.
Yeah,
innit?
like I just think you have to have the conversation. I just like one life, you know, like it's one life. You can't be like, oh, I don't know, and then have this question behind your back. I think a good question to ask her is, be like, is this something or nothing?
Yeah.
And something doesn't have to be, I'm going to marry you tomorrow.
I feel like you just have to know if there is that special little something in there as well, though. It can't just be all of logic. It can't be all of logic.
Yeah, but then you will never know because she's probably thinking, oh, we're just friends. I can't bring it up.
Yeah, but even if she turns around and says, yeah, you still have to have a little something for her.
I think for him to think about it, there's something there. It's not just logic. He's feeling something there.
Yeah, true. But remember, sometimes it can be like, there's other things that can come into play as well, innit? Like,
maybe pressure or
you could be feeling lonely.
Yeah. Well, that loneliness will run you into the wrong arms because you're just like, mate, you will run to the wrong arms because you're just lonely, you're bored, you're just like, nah, something's got to give, you know? Let me just go anywhere at this point.
Yeah.
We get on, we're cool.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll see what happens, sort of thing.
Yeah, the logic balance thing, like, it's just about working.
I think age got something to do with that as well, you know? I think if you're someone that maybe eventually wants to be with someone and it's a life goal for you, I think you get to a certain age and logic starts to outweigh love.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I reckon especially for women as well. When society starts making you feel like, oh shit, I'm hitting 35 and I don't have no youths. Like my biological clock is ticking.
That is factual information.
Yeah.
I don't know how many will be happy to admit it, but I do think there were some women that maybe like get in a relationship later and they're with someone that like young, funky 21-year-old them would have never had it with this guy.
Yeah, word.
Ever. But now that the pressure's been on them, they want to have kids, their mum's going on, they're 35 or however age they deem is old, and they're just like, yeah, sure. Might as well.
I think like when you turn 30 as well, that shit happens to men. I'm telling you.
That this 30 age is a mess, mate. I turned 30 last year and honestly, like it feels like...
It's crazy. I'll tell you that. But you know what? It's all in your head.
Mm. It's in your head, but it's also what society has told you and taught you.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember when you were about 18? When I was 18, when I think to who I thought 30-year-old me was going to be...
That's where it all comes from.
I'm letting that bitch down, man.
That's where...
It's like, sis, still. You're still saying that you up. Like, grow up, sis. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I hear that still. But that's the part of it, innit? Like, that's all part of it. Because you get to 30 and you start thinking, shit. I thought by the time I was like, I'm going to be a multi-zillionaire and all of these type of things, yeah? But all that is the social pressures that is put into your mind that makes
when
you
I was younger...
It's not real.
It's not real, no. I thought my first car would be a limo.
Oh, shit. Why the fuck would you even want that? Why the fuck would you want a limo?
I just linked it with richness. Just like, if you're rich, you have a limo. So my first car was going to be a limo. Yeah. And I would have had kids by now that owned whatever company I was working on.
Yeah.
And then life happens. And that's why sometimes when I see that the young'uns like say certain things on Twitter and I'm like...
Like what?
Did you not see it? A lot of younger girls, like, they will use age to insult... Oh, look, at your age, you're still not married.
Oh, your big old age.
Yeah, at your age, unmarried 30
Fuck you, innit?
Honestly.
Fuck you.
Life is going to come. You watch.
Yeah, don't worry. You're gonna get here.
Because also, I was that girl as well. I used to say, I was like, oh, look at this girl, 30, she's still chatting shit, still going raving, waist girl. And what am I doing now? Wearing heels on Saturday. And sticking my head.
Yeah, exactly. Like, barefoot in the dance. At 1:30.
I was definitely...
Are you one of them? Please don't tell me
I'm not barefoot girl, no. Okay. I'll go home.
All right.
If the foot gets to the point of like I can't do it anymore, I'm going home.
Yeah.
If I can't find a seat, I'm going home. It's never that good. How many times have I hear Burna Boy? Yeah, I've heard it.
Yeah, I hear that.
I hear it when I come home.
Yeah, I hear that.
It's cool.
Once the DJ's played all the tunes and that, you can
once it's played it, it's home time. But yeah, I used to look at girls that were 13. Like I remember once, I think it was that we were just out. I was probably about 21, and there was a group of women, and they had like an age balloon. It was said 13. I was like, wow.
Serious?
How are they still waving at 13? Look at them, wow. And that's fully me.
Yeah, but
It's fully me now.
I have to stop that. But I never even really used to do that. But when it hit me, I was like, fuck. But it was just all of these things like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to have this, I'm supposed to have that, and I don't even have these things. And then that just made that like put me in a bad place for a minute. And then like I'm just very lucky that I got good people around me in it. Because if I didn't, I don't know what the hell would have happened, you know? Seriously.
Did it get that bad?
I was sad. I wasn't depressed, I was sad.
What are you sad about?
That I wasn't where I felt I would be when I was 15, essentially. That's in a nutshell. I actually thought, oh shit, like, you know, you ask a boy who's 15 years old, what are you going to have by the time you're 30? And he's likely to tell you, I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm going to be driving a nice car. Yeah. And you know what it is? That doesn't necessarily mean those things, but it means similar. So it means, okay, you may not be a millionaire, but you'll be rich, or whatever that means. Yeah, you have a lot of money. I'm gonna have a mansion. That doesn't mean that you're gonna have an actual mansion, but you're gonna have a nice house.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? A nice house. And then like all of these other, I'm gonna be, you know, like I'll probably be in a relationship with someone, have kids and all of these type of things. Or I might have 5 kids or 6 kids or whatever. These times you don't have no use on that. It's like, oh man. Like even then, I remember one time, I got mad at myself that I was using condoms. I was getting pissed. I was like, why was I so safe? Like, why was I out here? I was the condom guy, you know. Man used to come and check. I know, this is how toxic my brain was going. That is twisted as fuck. I used to be the guy where dons used to drive far to get a condom because they knew I got them all over the place. I would not get caught slipping. I had them in the glove compartment. I had them in my wallet, back pocket, one at the side, one at the back. Had them in my drawer in my yard, one underneath the pillow. There was
no, it was just in case.
It was just in case. Yeah, it was just in case. It was just in case. It was like, I don't want to be put in a situation where there's something on the cards and I don't have a condom.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. And then like when I was feeling sad, for a not for days or anything like that, but for a moment I was like, why the fuck? Like all the man them that I know that ended up having a ute,
they're fine,
and it didn't work out at the time. They're fine now, and they're co-parenting really good.
Yeah.
And the
kids are about 8.
Exactly. They're co-parenting really good. Their missus might be with somebody now. They're with someone or whatever it is, and it's like fine. And I'm like, and I'm out here.
Chucky, that might have been the dumbest thought you've ever had.
Of course. Yeah. Of course it was. Of course. But you know what? When you start getting into that place, you start trying to find an excuse for everything. You start looking at all of these. Because really and truly, a lot of that process is stupid. Me sitting there thinking, I should be a multi-zillionaire. I should have a mansion. That's for me to think at an age that I should have a mansion is mad. Like, and all of the things that I felt like I should have had, it doesn't even mean that I might not get it. I might still get it, but those aren't the things that should be driving my happiness at all. But when you're young, that's just how you think, innit? And when I was young as well, I was always told from parents or whatever, strap that up. Make sure, you know what I mean? I don't do that. My mum worked in sexual health. She used to come and just fling. My mum used to fling bags of condoms on my bed. That was my thing. And books with penises on there that was all mangled and shit. Bare discharge all over the place. Everything. I was shook.
You were scarred, sexy.
Huh?
You were scarred.
Yeah, of course. I was shook. I was not getting. And then one day I sampled it without a dom, and I was like,
"Oh my god, it's heaven."
I was like,
"It's fucking
heaven." Me? You
I've
what?
Been missing out.
I was listen, Tolly. I was in a relationship here,
okay.
And she was on the pill, and I was wearing a condom.
Best thing ever.
Do you know how mad that is?
No, it's good because
it's good still.
Pill doesn't protect you from STIs.
I hear that. I hear that. But then one day, I dipped inside.
Jeez.
And I said, "You what?"
Wow! Oh my god!
I said, "I beg your pardon."
Excuse me.
No one didn't tell me this. In all the sex conversations me and the man them had, no one said this.
It felt good.
No one said that. Like no one said that.
Huh?
I'm jealous that you guys get to feel. I love to know what it feels like the other side.
Apparently, you have more
So does Dan.
Feeling down there.
Dan would prefer to, like, because I think he said that ages ago.
I'll just be curious.
Dan said he would beat Bear.
Beat Bear, man.
No, we was all joking about that. I'm not going to throw him under the bus. Man.
So you said it too.
No, I didn't say that.
You also said it too. You also said it too. Okay, cool. Cool. It's good to know. One time, innit? Just to see.
You ask
just
any
to
guy.
see.
Yeah.
That's what you said. Wait, so since that day you stopped it, you've like no more doms for me.
No, I wouldn't say like.
So could there be a little chucky running around?
Nah. I stop you. Like I use them, but not like I'm not as strict. Definitely not as strict. Definitely not as strict. But come on. Sometimes you have to take risks, innit? It's about risk and reward. It's about risk and reward.
Context,
not those.
It's about risk and reward. You got to
I
work it
can't lie.
out.
The risk far outweighs the reward.
What?
Yeah.
Sometimes the reward is a sensational, a blessing.
Yeah, but the risk is
Are you on
a
STI?
fucking kid. Yeah.
STI.
or
Look, that's antibiotic.
Yeah, true. I'm a kid. I have kids worse.
Of course.
The kid is the worst because you can have the kids with the
What,
wrong.
like-
No,
No, you can have a kid with the. You can have a kid
Worse,
with the wrong
100%.
person. You
I
can have a
chose
kid
my
with a
words.
person that's because remember that person's gonna
A
be
kid's
in your life.
forever, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
fair.
ultimately, a kid's a blessing, isn't it, guys?
Yeah, of course it is. What, you don't think so?
Not at my age. No.
Yeah, I hear that.
I'm 25. I'm not having a kid.
What? That's like you're young still, but people are having kids at 25 still.
Yeah, no, and the thing is, they may be in different life circumstances. I am
That's
not
true. I hear
having
that.
a kid.
I hear that loud.
I can't look after a kid right now.
I hear that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Do you feel like you're ready for a kid yet?
Yeah.
I think I'm ready for a kid as well.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Like, I feel like I can physically feel it in my body.
Is it? Yeah.
Like, I have physical reactions to children.
Wow.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, like, I when people used to
Broody.
say it, I was like, man, whatever. But, like, I can see a kid and, like, my body will physically react to it. And I'm like, whoa, their body.
Yeah, so I'm at that stage now as well, a little bit. Like I'm not dying to go out and have one, but I'm definitely like,
If it
I
happens,
look at my best friend's daughter and I'm like, I could play with her all day.
What gets me
And
is
my
like,
other friend's son as well, and I'm just like, I got a video that I look at sometimes. I'm like,
honestly, kids are so. When my niece and nephew come around and I come home from like coming out and they like will run towards you, I'm like, what?
Yeah.
People get to do this every day. Like,
exactly.
No, I couldn't believe it. I was like,
Exactly.
you lot just
That's
come
really
home
sweet.
and your kids just run and they're so happy to see you. I was like, that sounds like heaven.
And that's why sometimes I can't say that there's a lot because it's all about context. But in the context of a situation where a man is not trying to be involved in that, I just think is wild.
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
couple situations where like there's girls that I know who are like they're just so cool. Like it didn't work out, but there's one girl in particular. Yeah, she's just so. If there was ever a girl to get be in that situation and get pregnant and she's got a youth or whatever it is and it didn't work out,
yeah,
she's perfect because she's not going to stress you out. She's not like she's not unreasonable. Like so every time I speak to her and the dad's not there, I just think it's wild to me. And I look at the you as well, yeah, and I'm like, look at this.
Look at what you've made.
Look at this.
Yeah, like this is yours.
You don't even want to be like this is nuts to me because of I don't know condom broke and that and like I don't know whatever it is little I don't know what it is.
I would
It's
actually
nuts.
love. I mean, there's not most fathers like that would have shame, but I'd love to talk to a guy that's like, why exactly are you not involved in this child's life?
Yeah.
Like, what is your actual reason to be like, yeah, no?
Yeah.
Because I promise you, there are certain tops or clothes I've like lent to people, and I still think about it sometimes.
What?
Like I could have a top and I lend you my hoodie, and one day I'm like, oh, I missed that hoodie, man.
Oh yeah, I get what you
Let
mean.
alone having a whole kid somewhere.
Oh, wow.
And not thinking, wow, how was that kid doing? I missed that kid.
Yeah. How's Tommy?
Yeah, like I wonder Tommy ate today.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, how do you do your everyday without thinking about a kid that you brought into the world?
There are like I have to say this because I know that there'll probably be some people who will be screaming saying, yeah, but I got a ute and she's not letting me see the.
That's
Do you know
different.
what? There was I used to, and I still do this. Like every Father's Day or Mother's Day or whatever. Sometimes I'll just, if it's Mother's Day, I'll be like, yeah, honourable shout out to like people who don't have their mum in their life or whatever.
Yeah.
And then one day, one year, I remember putting out like, honourable shout out to like the fathers who are not able to see their kids. And I had like 2 women going ham. Yeah, but have you ever taken 1 second to think that maybe he didn't want to? And I'm like, whoa. Okay, this is cutting you.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm not going to lie. I'm going to take an educated guess that you're stopping my man from seeing you.
Seeing his kids.
Yeah. For you to be so triggered, have you ever taken 1 second to think that maybe it was? It's like, chill out, man.
Yeah. I think the reasons why it would, obviously, if that guy was violent or harmful to your kid, completely.
Oh,
cool.
of course, yeah.
Get it.
Yeah.
Don't let them anywhere near you. But if it's because he doesn't want you, that's mad to me.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And more often than not, situations that I've heard of, it's because the guy doesn't want to be with a woman and she's just angry. More often than not, that's what I've heard about. It's not because, he's this or he's that. Or if it's genuinely, I don't trust them with my child.
Yeah.
Fair.
I hear that.
Well, but aside from that, I don't know.
One day we'll have a parent episode, innit? And we'll try and get to the bottom of it.
If a man that doesn't see his kid comes to talk about it publicly, then he's lost in the world. Surely there's not a man alive.
Yeah,
I just don't like him. He's got bad vibes. I don't want to see him. That's impossible.
Yeah, what reasoning could someone have for like a man saying I'm not seeing my you?
Aside from not being allowed, what's the reason?
Yeah, I don't know.
What's the reason?
I couldn't. And I've got a cynical mindset sometimes as well. Like I can really think the other side. I can really do that. I just can't even think of one. Like I can't think of.
Okay, you hate the woman. Okay, see your kid without the woman being there. Yeah,
exactly. That's the only real one, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't like the pet. Like, yeah, there's not a reason. There's not one single reason in life why.
Maybe they could be like, I didn't want it in the first place.
Oh, that's obviously.
That could be. That's
said. The only one, isn't it?
But even that's happened now.
What was it that Dave Chappelle said? Did you see that?
No. What?
Did you see the Dave Chappelle?
The Netflix one?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He said, he was like, how was it? Women's rights.
Right.
He said, boom. You know what? I'm with you on the abortion thing.
Right.
Yeah. A man should not be able to tell a woman one single thing with what she does with her body.
Yeah.
We need to stay out of that. That has nothing to do with us. Yeah. Everyone starts clapping. That's you. Okay. You have to deal with that.
However,
and you know what? Cool.
Yeah.
However,
I'm waiting for this. Yes, go on.
If you are able to kill the baby, then then I must be able to abandon the motherfucker.
No, guys.
I'm not sure I can support that, actually.
No.
I really want to.
Callum was like, well, no.
I was ready to go.
No points were made.
It's just a bit
I would
savage.
like Dave to know that not a single point was made.
He said it in a super savage way. He definitely did. I understand the sentiment a bit.
Speechless. I do
understand the sentiment a bit.
Very savage.
Bearing in mind, I want this to be super clear. That would never in a million years be me. Yeah. If I have a baby with the girl that I talked to you about before, I'm there. Yeah, because that's just me. However, I do agree that. Well, I shouldn't say that I do agree, but there is a part of me that like understands this thing of like, no, a man should never be able to tell you what you do with that because it's yours. Your body. Like, it's outrageous for us to even have any type of an opinion other than to be there to support. But there are two people that are necessarily going to want to do. Actually, no, I'm changing my mind on that. Do you know why I'm changing my mind on that now? The reason why I'm changing my mind on that a little bit is because some women don't believe in having an abortion, but they may not want to have a child. Yeah. So if they don't believe in having an abortion and they don't really want to have a child, but they still have to have the child, then you still have to be there as well. Yeah, I hear that still. I just thought about that.
Dave abandoning his kid.
No, I've changed my mind more so on the fact of like, in the context of a woman feeling like, I don't believe in abortion. Yeah. So like, I'm not ready for a baby. I don't want to have an abortion, but she's still going to have it. Then you have to ride because it took two to do that.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So I don't agree with him in that. But maybe if you do believe in it, but you choose not to do that because that's your choice, obviously. But you do believe in it, but you don't you choose not to do that.
Okay.
Then you can say, you know what? Well,
that's your choice.
you had a choice. Like, it's not like if you don't believe in it, then you don't really have a choice because it's something that it's your belief system. You do not have a choice.
Like you have to have this.
Then you have to have it.
Yeah.
If you have a choice, then I have a choice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you get me?
I don't.
Oh my God, I'm gonna get ripped for this.
I don't want to say I get you, but it's been a thought process. So at this age I am now, I don't know if I am going to. At this age
I don't know if
now,
actually. Wait, let me say this. I don't know if this is where my mind is. I'm just trying to make sense out of something.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, okay, cool.
If I was to get pregnant now, and the guy was like, "I don't want it. I want nothing to do with it." At the age I am now, I will still have my kid, and I wouldn't expect anything from him.
So then that means that you're not agreeing with that analogy, but you're okay with it.
I'm not okay with it, but I can be like, wow, to be honest, this is going to change your life as well. And you told me you don't want it. The same way, let's say I'm pregnant now and my partner says he wants it, but I'm like, no, I don't want it.
Yeah, he can't say nothing.
Exactly, I'm going to get rid of it. So, and then he just has to deal.
Yeah, of course, exactly.
So the same if I was like, no, I'm going to have it. You just have to, you can leave me if you want.
Yeah, so
You
that's
don't have to do
basically,
anything.
That is what he's
I'm
saying.
saying.
Yeah.
He's just saying
That's
it in a
what I'm
very
saying.
violent way.
Yeah.
I'm not, no. I don't feel like I'm saying it in a violent way.
Not you. I mean,
it
Dave Chappelle said it in a violent
I'm saying it maybe in an uncomfortable way.
But the thing, it is.
But Dave
talking about
Chappelle, okay, he said it in a brutal way.
Yeah, he did.
When you're saying,
that's exactly
when you're
what
saying
he's
kill the
saying.
motherfucker, that just sounds all mad.
And it's mad, like, but the thing is, I think I wouldn't expect anything from you, but a little part of me will think he will change it. Like, this kid will come into the world and he'll change his mind.
Yeah, it could, but it could not.
But it also could not. And if it didn't, I'd have to be okay with that.
Yeah.
But irrespective of that, yeah, if we strip this back and go back to what we was discussing, is that if you believe, if this is your belief system that it's not right to do this, and I have to keep this because this is my belief system, then I feel in that context, the honourable thing for that guy to do, actually the honourable thing for him to do anyway is to be there.
Just be there.
But like in that situation, you have to be there. You have to.
Yeah. I think ultimately, whatever it is, you have to be there. Even if you don't want to be with me, be with the
If
kid.
he's adamant that he doesn't want to, however, the abortion thing is on the cards for you. So it's a choice.
Yeah.
You choose to either have the abortion or you don't have the abortion.
Yeah.
Then I believe that he is right to have his choice. I don't believe that he's right to have a choice if you don't believe in abortion, though. That's what I feel. If you don't believe in abortion and it's your belief system to have a baby, he should have a choice. That's what I think. You should be in it. That's what I think. But the only way that could stand is if we have before we have sex together, you've made it clear this is my belief system. So now, if I go inside you, I know.
Yeah, if you come inside me, you know that when you're having a kid. Yeah.
So if you say, you know what, like I don't believe in abortion. I'm just letting you know I don't believe in abortions. Yeah,
so
but
forever,
you still choose, and an accident happens, you have to ride.
Yeah.
Because you know that you can't do that.
I told you from the very beginning. It's not what I'm on.
But if that's on the cards, then maybe. Oh shit!
I don't know, man. It's because.
Everyone's got a choice at the end of the day. It just comes to whether you're an arsehole or not.
Yeah, deep down in life, everyone does have a
it's
choice.
about morally, you an arsehole or not. Like, even if you're like, I don't want this child, whatever, and I'm like, I'm still keeping it, I don't care what you say, you should just be there for the kid.
Yeah, of course.
Just because you know you've got something, you've got a legacy in the world somewhere. You're not gonna, like, that's what's mad to me.
But the uncomfortable conversation that we're having really is that life isn't idealistic.
Yeah, you can just decide I'm not doing it. I told you I didn't want it.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of guys' excuse. I told her I didn't want it.
Yeah.
But that's dumb because when you was coming in her, you didn't tell her you didn't want it. Like, come on.
Exactly. I mean, obviously, condom could have broken all these things. But even then, I don't think it's excusable to just say, like, do you know what I think is more mad on top of that, yeah? Is that, like, I always think, imagine I had a ute and I wasn't in the ute's life. My dad, my mum's husband, and my family would be like
Yeah.
mortified. What?
Yeah, yeah.
My dad's a granddad and he can't see
his kid. Yeah,
and my mum's a and like even my mum's husband would still consider him as a like that's I could not go home and say basically there's you out there and like I'm not involved.
You have to not tell my family, mum. There's no way my family will be like, okay, sure, they're gonna go find that you.
But some families are like that.
Some families are like, yeah, sure, cool.
Yeah, she's a bitch anyway.
That's
I didn't like her.
Insane to
That's
me.
nuts. Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane to me because now it's the kid. It's not about her.
Some family, like even some people have parents where their parents are just like know about their affairs and all of that. Like, do you know what? Yeah, if I was cheating on my missus and my mum found out, she'd probably gonna snitch on me. You know.
Good.
Yeah.
She'd snitch on me.
Good. I'd
She
do that.
would not have that. When I was at my mum's house, yeah, if I had a girl, like that's the only girl I could bring to the house unless I've got a friend that's a girl from before that she knows of. Otherwise, that's like you can't just be bringing girls to the yard like that. That's crazy. But I know enough man is like, yeah, mum, I'm things gonna stay over tonight, yeah. But flipping, don't tell her about when I had. You get what I'm saying? Because I beat. And
That is crazy.
That's mad.
that's crazy. But that's
my parents would not have that. Fuck no.
Have you got Sally upstairs again?
So what am I going to tell Joanne?
Yeah.
What if Joanne comes round?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
She rang me the other day looking for you. What do I tell her?
No.
What?
That's why you don't make friends with them.
Why do you
bitch
put on an
mums
Essex
anyway.
accent when you do that?
Because I'm just thinking of certain, you know what I mean? Certain someone.
Who's hurt you, Trav?
No, that's not me. It's my brethren. Like, not my brethren, but someone I know. I wouldn't say not me. No, no one's hurt me though. I'm all right. I'm good. You know what I mean?
You've been hurt before?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, man. I spoke about that before, like, where
I'm such
I broke up with
bitch.
her.
I was smiling. I don't know what
You're like,
Do you know what it was? I was in a relationship with her for time and I broke up with her because I thought the grass was greener on the other side. Not that there was a particular grass, but I just thought, like, you start feeling like you're falling out of love and all of these things, yeah. Broke up with her, mashed up her heart. And then I thought, nah, shit, I made a mistake, you know. Like, I shouldn't have done that. And then, then I got back with her. And then that was when she came back to me and she was like, you know what? I'll still never forget this. She was like, when I was in a relationship with you, I used to always feel like I couldn't live without you. But when you broke up with me, I realised I could.
So... Did you feel your heart give way, as she was saying?
I must have. I was that guy. Like, when she broke up with me, I was ringing the phone. I was trying to salvage this thing. Like, really, I was in bits. I was at home I was upset. There was tears. I was under the covers. I was because you gotta understand, all of these emotions as well, were so new to me. I didn't know what the fuck was happening to me.
Yeah.
I ain't never been in this before. Me? That's not in the movies. I don't see that bit.
That's true.
I don't see that bit. I thought I was weird.
Like, you always win her... In the movies, they always win them back.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you will always find a way to win her back. Callum, you've been hurt before.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I have. First relationship. Cheated on me a couple times. It was great.
It was great.
How did you find out?
Through Facebook. I kind of put 2 and 2 together at the end of the day and then was like, oh, yeah, shit. That explains a lot. Yeah.
And you have?
Oh, Bob, I've been devastated. I have been shattered. It's so bad because when you're in that place, everyone's like, you'll be alright. You're like, I'm never going to be alright again in my life. Like, it felt like this was the end of everything. I don't think I thought I'd feel laughter again.
You didn't think you'd feel it again?
I don't think I thought I'd feel happiness ever again in my life.
Mad.
Yeah, it takes time though.
Like, it's hard.
But you also got to understand, like, when you're in your next, it's never the same.
Your next hurt will never be as bad as the first person that did it.
Nah.
And
also, I feel like sometimes the love...
You don't love... Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You don't love... You love smarter.
Yeah, definitely. You love differently.
Definitely. Because the first time you fell in love, right, you never knew what hurt was like.
Yeah.
And now the second time, you know what love feels... You know what hurt feels like.
Yes.
So you're never going to give all of that again.
That goes to what I was saying to you before about when you were asking me about insecurity and that. Because I know what it's like to feel secure, but I know what it's like to feel insecure. So when I have that feeling, I believe it when I start feeling insecure, or that person starts making me feel insecure for whatever reason, I have a conversation about it, because I'm not just going to leave.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have a conversation, and then hopefully that is maybe for you to maybe make me feel secure, or for me to, you know, stop being stupid or analyze a thing differently or whatever. But if I can't do it, then I have to go.
Yeah.
I have to go. Because that shit is not fun. And on top of that, I feel like I've watched a lot of relationships and seen how toxic other people, and I just look at some shit and I think that could never be me. I do not want to be in that now. Like, imagine now being in this. Do you get what I'm saying? I see some people stressed out, you know.
Yeah.
Like, from their relationship.
Some people don't make it look fun
out.
at all. It's like, this looks long.
This is, if this was an advert, this is
This
shit.
is shit.
Yeah.
I don't want none of this. I don't want to
I'd
buy a
rather be
single
single.
thing.
I'd rather be single, innit? And like, sometimes it does feel like that. Sometimes you can meet someone and be in a situation and you come out of it and then like, you just feel better for being single. But then there's like, when it's good, it's real good. You know what I mean? And like, I've been lucky that even though my relationships that I'd been in, which are not a lot, haven't worked out. Like, my last relationship in particular was good. It was good.
Yeah.
It just like, it didn't work out in the end, but I still got like a lot of things that I could refer back to in like how I felt in positive ways. It's not all negative, like, you know, and that's important. Still.
But some hurts are surprising. You're like, you didn't realise you liked that person that much until it was finished. You're like, wow, that cut me deeper than I thought.
Well, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. That's like, oh, that surprised me.
Protect your neck, anyway.
And your heart and your dick, apparently.
Yeah, exactly. Is love blind though? Do you think love is blind though? Yes or no?
For you.
No.
Okay.
Do you think love is blind? Not in the sense of I won't be able to see someone and fall in love. I think it's blind to that love makes you close your eyes to so much bullshit. When you love someone, you're blind, you don't see their flaws. So yeah, like you're blinded. So I believe it in that sense, but not in the sense of not being physically seeing my partner. And I think that's what the saying is. I think the saying is that love is blind in the sense of like, you just be blinded to normal things, normal shit you wouldn't take from no one.
Yeah.
Love will just let you take it. You close your eyes to it.
It's true. I agree. All right, well, boom. Thanks for coming through, though.
Thank you for having me.
I enjoyed that still.
I always enjoy it. Thank you for having me.